I cop heavy Jews, nickel them out. Whips, nickel them out. Fuck a bitch, then I'm kicking them out. Catch a wifey at the mall, put a clip in a blouse. I got big time niggas that be hitting me south. Whipping the house while y'all niggas sit on the couch. Talking about that rock shit, I got a brick in the house. Remember me, dog, here's something to remember me for. $500,000 worth of ice in the burgundy
Guys,
fall.
what is up? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. Today we're going to take a look at my second review from the house that is by Kilian. I reviewed Back to Black last year and I really enjoy that honey tobacco and raspberry scent. It definitely has a gourmand quality. And now we take a look at another scent from this house. This one is called Intoxicated. This is from their Addictive State of Mind collection. There are 3 fragrances within that collection. Intoxicated, which is the one we're looking at today, that's sort of a coffee inspired fragrance. You've got Smoke for the Soul, which is a marijuana inspired fragrance, and then you've got Light My Fire, which is a sort of cigar inspired fragrance. So my story behind this is that I was at Bergdorf Goodman buying Montal's Nepal Oud, and Maria, a beautiful and knowledgeable sales associate there, was like, you know, you got to try the new by Kilian collection, and we went through them one by one. Smoke for the Soul just smelled far too much like weed for me to pay $270 for, especially when my sort of favorite weed scent is Smell Ben's Hungry Hungry Hippies, which is a pot brownie fragrance for $48. Light My Fire just for me was a dud. And then we got to Intoxicated, and I had heard that Intoxicated was just sort of a niche version of Terry Mugler's Angel Mint, and she sprayed a little on the card. I was intrigued but not sold. You know, before I left she said take a skin spray, and so I did, and I left, and I have to tell you guys that within 2 hours I regretted having not bought Intoxicated. I went back the week after and tried to buy it. They were sold out, so that day I wound up buying Mason Francis Kurkdjian's men's wardrobe set, and then I went back another week after and they were out of it again. So finally I did head over to Saks, where they had one more bottle of this, and I bought it. It was actually my 2015 birthday present to myself. So as of this video, this one does only come in one size, which is the 50 ml EDP fragrance, and that cost is $270. At Saks they did tell me that in the spring refills and travel sprays will be released. This one came out in 2014. The perfume is Khalees Becker, who also did Back to Black, and the notes on this one are cardamom, nutmeg, cinnamon, and coffee. Now, as far as presentation goes, it's really stunning. You get your box. It's just a standard by Kilian Parfum. It has a crest. Intoxicated is on the back, but it comes in this box. And this box, I can't even begin to tell you how heavy it is. Honestly, my guess is it's 10 pounds. That's my guess. And the fragrance sits really nicely inside. It comes with an insert. But I actually took the insert out because I keep this on my dresser, and every day when I get home from work, I put my keys in it and I put my watch in it. So like that. It's just a really, really beautiful box. I'm not one to gush over things like this, but the weight on this one, it is a fingerprint magnet, and the design, it's just really, really gorgeous. It has Kilian written across the middle, and it has a little tab so you can pull it up. This is like an heirloom piece. Like, you know, this is something that can be handed down to generations. I mean, I'm not one to gush over boxes, but this is incredible. And then the fragrance, you have Intoxicated by Kilian. Same sort of style as most of their bottles. You have this really ornate design on the side. On both sides, the bottle is black, probably to make sure that sunlight can't affect the juice. You have a sticker on the bottom. You have a really heavy cap and a really nice atomizer. And of course, when refills are ready, you can, or when you need to refill, you can of course just screw the top off and refill your scent for much cheaper than what you originally bought it for. So the presentation on this one is literally through the roof. And thankfully, that's not the only thing through the roof. This is a fantastic fragrance. For me, it's like someone took Angel Men and remade it exactly the way I think it should have been made in the first place, and with better materials. The harshness of the tar and the patchouli is cut out, and instead you have this gorgeous espresso-like note with cardamom, nutmeg, and cinnamon. I actually also get a little bit of cocoa powder in this composition, as well as I think a little bit of like bourbon vanilla bean. But what this scent smells like is exactly what you think it smells like. It smells like a cup of Turkish, very strong coffee spiced with the aforementioned notes, and it's beautiful. Really well made, really simple, sort of the basis of good Italian cooking, simple and only the best materials used. It comes roaring out of the bottle, but I will say this, it doesn't really evolve on my skin. For me, it's very linear. The coffee does dry down a little bit, and the spices accentuate a bit more as you wear it, and cardamom really starts to come out throughout the life cycle of this fragrance. I get great performance out of this scent, 10 hours or so with a good 8 of projection and very good sillage. It's not beast mode, but it's still very good. I would say this is a unisex scent and probably best suited for the fall and winter, though you could definitely pull this off on cool spring days and evenings. And occasion-wise, I think this is a night out scent and definitely would be great for dates. Now, if you're unable to get your hands on this or it's just too expensive for you, there are 3 price options to get something somewhat similar. The first is one called Cuba Prestige by Cuba Paris, and it's the Cuba Prestige. You've probably seen them. They do fragrances in cigar like bottles, and they're usually knockoffs of higher end fragrances. And I have to say, Prestige, I actually like it better than Angel Men. I'm not kidding about that. I think it's a really well done copy. So on the low end, you can get Cuba Prestige, which is like $10. On the middle end, you can get middle tier, you can get Angel Men, of course. And then if you like the tar and the patchouli, and then at the top of the game, or under this, but still very relatively pricey in terms of fragrances, you can get Royal Espresso by Sebastian, which is a gorgeous sort of caramel latte fragrance with some cinnamon in it as well. If someone were trying to sell you on this fragrance, I think they'd say it is literally the best presentation you're ever going to experience. Definitely the best from within the By Kilian line. You think you've seen something with the coffins? Absolutely not. They would also say that this is sort of Angel Men refined. It's a refined version of a very popular scent. Very high-end materials were used to make this fragrance. It's got very good performance, and it's a stunning scent. I think if someone were trying to dissuade you, they'd probably say, well, you're still paying $270, and if you own Angel Men, you have to decide whether this is worth an extra $200+ to you. And they probably would say you are paying for the presentation. Is that okay with you? And they might also say that cardamom for some is a very hard note to like. I love this fragrance, and I love the box, as I said, which I keep on my dresser with my keys and watch. I really don't love Angel Men, and I think everything here was done to perfect that scent. I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. I realize that might seem low for the way I gushed about this scent, but I'll tell you the 3 reasons. I really can't give this an originality point, even if I feel like it's been perfected. Secondly, for $270, it's a little bit short of the Beast Mode scent, and I think at a price point, $270, it should be Beast Mode. And 3, $270 for 50 ml is pretty pricey, and to negate that, you have to create something stunning or really revolutionary like Black Afghana or Neo, either something that just hasn't been done before or something that's perfect in it. Beast Mode performance as well. With that said, this is a really good fragrance, probably the best, as I said, presentation I've ever seen. The look and feel of this box is just incredible, and this is the only one of the 3 from this collection that I deem to be bottle worthy, but man, is it worth checking out. If you like Angel Men or don't like Angel Men, I would definitely check this fragrance out. Hope you guys have enjoyed this review. If you have any questions about this fragrance, feel free to hit me up. I obviously am.
Marion light candles. What the fuck? When I die, hail a cabin, just light up a Dutch. Still here, I'll be hiding inside the smoke. I'll be all up in the cats that provide you coke.